Today, I'm going to tell y'all a story. This happened, I believe it was in 2010. This was back when I was in college. Shortly after me and Miranda had started dating, we hadn't been dating very long when this happened. It was winter time, and it was very early in the morning, around 9:30 a.m. I had left my house. I didn't have class that day, and I didn't have to work. So I had left my house to go see Miranda that morning. I think we were going to go do something. I can't even remember what. But it was snowing that morning. And when I got to her house, she lived with her family back then. See, Miranda, she has a younger half-sister who's much, much younger than she is. At this time, she would have probably been about 3 years old or so. That morning, I had went over there to get Miranda. We was going to go get something to eat, do something. And I remember it was snowing because I wouldn't have noticed this if it hadn't have been. I walked into her house, and I got inside. I shut the door behind me, and I take my boots off because, I didn't want to track snow or mud in. And as I got my shoes off there, I seen Miranda's little sister. She was only about 3 years old at this time. She was standing there. She was watching TV in the living room. And I paused because what I seen on the screen infuriated me. It made me very angry. It was quite disgusting. I looked up, and she was standing there. She was holding a doll in her hand, and she was just sitting there watching the TV in a daze, kinda. And what was on the screen I find particularly revolting and disgusting, to tell you the truth. There is a show, I guess back then there was a show that came on VH1 called Dating Naked. Dating Naked. I guess it's some degenerate reality show of some sort where people date naked, I always thought, the usual order of things is you date someone in order to get naked and procreate, But not in this twisted clown world we live in. In fact, I don't know what anybody would find appealing about such a thing. Kind of takes the mystery out of it if you first meet someone and they're completely naked, But whatever. There was a commercial advertising this show. And it was on Nick Jr. at 9:30 a.m. on a weekday. Not Nickelodeon, the kids channel. It's Nick Jr., the branch of the channel that's for, toddlers and preschoolers. For some fucking reason, for some goddamn disgusting reason, there is an advertisement for a show called Dating Naked on Nick Jr. at 9:30 in the morning. This infuriated me. I remember it to this day. It was disgusting. Now, I was like, hey, come in here and get you some breakfast, I tried not to emphasize what was on the screen or anything. And no, I'm not blaming Miranda's parents for any of this because, I mean, they were off at work, and I believe her great aunt was watching her, and her great aunt was in the kitchen making breakfast, you know. So I'm not blaming them in the least, they're great parents. But this was many years ago. This was back, like I said, in 2010 or 2011. And it disturbed me greatly. I still get infuriated about it, you know. It's just a process of indoctrinating our youth. See, back then, you know, even from a young age, I've always been aware that there is just something not quite right with the world. I always paid attention in history class because that was my favorite subject, even from a young age. I always paid attention, close attention. But I always felt that there are some things that we weren't told, but I just knew that things were off among some different periods of history, or probably all of history to tell you the truth. But anyway, I wasn't aware of the full breadth and the scope of their agenda back then. That came maybe a year or so after I left college, after I finished. But it blew my mind that there was some show like this being advertised to toddlers. It's fucking disgusting. It's sickening. You see, I wasn't aware of the full agenda at the time, but that sticks into my mind still to this day. And you know, over the years, it's progressively gotten worse. Now, in public schools today, they are taught all kinds of Marxist ideology, of just subversive things, completely against nature, against the natural order of things. They're taught to hate themselves if they are white. They're taught that there's 72 genders or whatever, you know, just all this ridiculous filth. You know, and at the time, I didn't really fully understand. I was like, why is this being shown to a toddler, you know, as a commercial? I didn't really fully grasp the agenda back then. I was disgusted by it, though. I found it reviling, and it's infuriating. But now, you know, it didn't take long once I started to see the true nature of the beast, that this is all by design. You know, as I noticed, see, when I was younger, I went to public school. And we didn't have this sort of, I grew up, as I said, in a very rural, conservative area, and we didn't have any of this shit happening back then. I noticed that it seemed that during the Obama years, here in the United States, pop culture and things, which that's always been degenerate, but it really went into overdrive. Starting in 2008, it seemed like. I know me and one of my buddies, we used to call that period of time the pussification of America, because literally everyone's turning into a pussy, for lack of a better word. Now, things got a lot more degenerate during those years, it seems like, in pop culture. You see, I won't get any further into it, but I mean, there was a shift in the paradigm. Now, it's infuriating to me. I don't have any children yet, but I plan on doing that soon with Miranda. And I don't know how, but I swear I'm going to do my best to homeschool them, you know. God damn it, it's fucking infuriating what they're teaching in these public schools nowadays. It's infuriating. And I mean, it's just a whole system, you know. They don't want the parents to be able to do this. They want things to be so expensive that both parents have to work. They want the state they want you to let the state raise your child. So I'm going to do my very fucking best to homeschool my children. You know? I'm gonna do my fucking best to prevent them from being indoctrinated with this bullshit. Because it has one ultimate goal, and that is the erasure of our people. Really, that's all it boils down to. Every movement, every school of thought that these people come up with, it just goes to further their agenda. Now, I'm going to do my best to homeschool them, and if for some reason I can't, I'm going to make damn sure that they know fucking better. That they know that what they're teaching them is complete horse shit. So, my advice is if you have children, homeschool them. Do your best to. And if you can't, take the time to talk to them, to show them things, and to teach them that the shit they're learning in school is bullshit. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye. And lastly, I would like to take a minute to thank you new subscribers for coming here. And I'd like to thank Apollonian Germ for sharing my last video. You know, I'm very grateful for that. This sort of thing is the only way that small channels like this can ever have a shot at growing. I've been making videos for a little over a year now. Just a little over a year. I've made many videos over this time about a variety of subjects. From history to the occasional political thing, to fishing videos, to just thoughts about life and telling stories. So I'd like to thank him for sharing this, and I'd like to welcome you new guys here. We do a lot of different things here, talk about a lot of different things. And I would like to take a second to help. Since he helped me, I'd like to be able to help some others. First, a while back I had made a video talking about two channels called The Antlered One and Heimdaller's Home. They talk a lot about paganism, our traditional European worldview, and I'd like to take a second to encourage you to check out their channel. And another channel, at the time when I had made this video here, Hans. I did not even know that he had a YouTube channel. I knew of him, but I didn't know until like a couple of days after that I had posted that video that he had a YouTube channel. And I would encourage you all, seriously, to check out his channel as well. He's new to this, he's just getting started, and I think he has a lot of wise and important things to say. So I would encourage you to check out these three channels, and thank you all for hearing what I say, and I'd like to thank Mr. Germ once again. I hope you all have a great day, and bye-bye.